I'm just ready to like kind of push myself a little
Yeah.
bit more in that capacity because I feel like I've kind of prioritized pushing myself in a lot of other capacities over the last few years. And ever since having kids, I just haven't really like, I've been very fit and I've like, that's always been a priority, but it hasn't been like doing something or achieving something again. Welcome to 2026. And for those of you who are not watching, Sam and I are together for the first time ever recording a podcast.
This is so crazy. Actually, our very first podcast ever. Oh, no, we didn't record in Vail.
No.
Remember, we were going to record together.
But then we couldn't figure it out. It's kind of like this. It actually took us quite a while to figure out how we could do this.
So great.
And we did it. And we're cheers to 2026.
Cheers. Welcome to We'll Sleep When We're Dead.
Welcome to We'll Sleep When We're Dead. We are not celebrating Dry January as we are cheersing with a glass of wine here in the new year.
Nope. Because it's what, January 4th? I don't even know what date it is. 3rd. January 3rd?
Mm-hmm.
Not Dry January. I thought about Dry January. Not doing it.
Thought about it and then I let it pass by. So as I was on January 1st at the Rose Bowl having a espresso martini, it was just, it's not going to happen. But anyways, welcome.
I know. I don't even know where to look. Do I look at you? Do I look at the computer?
We don't know where to look. What do I do with my hands? I'm not sure. But we're so excited to be here, kicking off a new year, a new back half of our season. I don't know. How do podcast episodes work? Do they work in seasons?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I feel like because we're not like a story.
Yeah.
Like most are seasons because it's like, Serial season 1.
Yeah.
But then the like just chat podcasts I listen to, it's literally just like nonstop, like episode 500, episode 501. So yeah, I don't know. I think we're just going to keep going.
Yeah, we're just still going. So welcome to the next part of this podcast.
Yeah, season 1 forever. It'll just be multiple episodes. I don't know. It's so silly. We just took a 2-week break.
We took a 2-week break, which was great.
Oh my gosh, it was so
Thanks everyone for missed it.
The podcast break was great, maybe. But
I was going to say the podcast break was great. I took my first ever break from Christmas Eve till Monday off. I've never taken that much time off outside of having a child, which doesn't really count.
So like how many full work days? 7? 6?
Well, we got 3. So it was really only 4 full work days. Days that I had to take off, but it was like a solid week and a half off. And it was lovely, wonderful. And also at the same time, I'm fired up and ready.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited for 2026.
So ready for 2026. I think like taking time off, taking a break really, I don't know, gets you excited.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel so excited for 2026. And I thought it was kind of like a me thing because of my own story.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling this energy that a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're finally feeling out of COVID. I don't know why. I just am feeling like a lot of people on social media are like, 2026 is going to be my year. It's the year of positivity. Like, and I feel that literally personally for myself. Like 2024 was really hard because we moved to New York. 2025 was actually, I looked back and told Kyle, I was like, it was an amazing year of like things I did.
Yeah.
But it still felt abnormally hard.
Yeah.
But like I ran the marathon. Like there's so many amazing things I did. But
I started a podcast.
But 2026 just feels like everything is settled.
Yeah.
In the world, like in the house buying, no more kids. And that it just feels like literally a year of opportunity. Yeah. And I'm feeling like a lot of people are feeling that.
I know, which is exciting. I like that energy.
Yeah.
I like that energy.
I don't really know a lot about it, but I guess it's the year of the horse.
What? Okay. So I need to understand more about that. Do we need to look it up? What does it mean? Let's get like a quick description. I kind of like that we can just like Google these things right away and find out.
Every once in a while, though, I'm like, when I want to be really into my sign, I'm like really into my sign.
What is your sign?
Aries. Okay. And I just like want to be, when like there's a full moon, I want to be really into the fact that it's a full moon.
Does that affect people differently?
Well, like when you're pregnant, you're supposed to have babies more on full moons.
I couldn't care less about my sign. So
do you know your sign?
A Virgo.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
I was a Virgo.
What does it mean about us? That didn't feel like a positive. Not that I don't love Isla, just the way that you said that.
Very determined, very hardworking, very decisive.
Yep.
That's you.
Except about getting a second piercing in my ear.
Oh my gosh. I tried to get Lucy to do a second piercing, and her response was, within 4 seconds, there's absolutely no way you will convince me of that. I need 6 more months to talk myself in and out of it. And I would go get a piercing in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'd have a piercer do it right now on the podcast.
Oh, that could be exciting. I like that.
I love my second hole. I want a third hole so, so bad.
Okay, well, Year of the Horse.
Yeah.
This might be it.
What's it mean?
The Year of the Horse is about momentum, independence, bold decision, and forward motion. It rewards action over perfection and courage over comfort.
I feel like people are just like the energy of moving into the new. I don't know why. I'm getting that vibe, and I feel that vibe. I feel like a really happy, positive
energy shift is like how they're describing it. Wow. Horse years are fast, loud, and dynamic. We will take it. I will take a horse year.
Right? And that's the vibe I'm feeling. But leaving 2025 did not feel that way. The first 2 days of break, Kyle and I looked at each other and said, if we didn't have Indiana to look forward to in 2 days, we would be spending 4 times the amount of money we should on a trip because we got to get out of here.
And that's the hard thing with these breaks, because I think you go into them and you really are treasuring them at the beginning. Yeah. It's like nice to have a change of pace from everyone being in school and on a routine and whatever. And then you get, I think especially past Christmas, when Christmas was over for us this year, we celebrated with both sides of the family, and the last day was on the 26th. The night of the 26th, we came home. And I was like, Kev, tomorrow's the day we're taking Christmas down. It's like, that feels soon. Like, it feels a little bit much. I let that man sleep in the morning, and the tree was bare when he woke up the next morning on the 27th. Every ornament put away, garland wrapped up. Yeah. We were
out of there.
I was done.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we took it down at 10 a.m. on Christmas morning.
On Christmas morning?
Oh, yeah.
Now that is slightly savage.
Isn't that crazy? It's so funny, though. We did a staycation in Manhattan on the 23rd. And the fun excitement, like, we're in Manhattan, we're doing a staycation. Yeah. We go see Times Square for the first time ever at night. We go to the Rockefeller Center. It was just like, I don't know how many more Christmases we're going to get in New York. Girls had a blast. Go into Christmas Eve, but we have no family and nobody lives in New York during the holidays. And we also live in a tiny apartment. And the tree, Kyle went big on this tree. And it's a live tree.
Was it a real? Oh, okay.
It was a live tree. So every time the girls touched it, because you can't.
Oh, God. There's needles
everywhere. And so we're literally, girls get up at 6 a.m. As most parents know, Christmas is over by 8 a.m. And it's all about the toys. Yep. And Kyle, we had just gotten a frame TV on the Black Friday sale, and we had put it up. All the like garland underneath it from the bookcase was bothering him. He was like, can I just go ahead and put this away? And I go, get it all out of here. Get it all out of here.
Is he like dragging the tree through the streets of Manhattan Christmas morning?
Yeah. So I walked into the bedroom because all the girls now are just playing with their toys. Yeah. So I walk up to Isla and I'm like, Isla, would it be okay if we take the Christmas tree down? And she's like, yeah, I'm done. Like, they just cared about the toys. So, and same, in 30 minutes, we were just like putting it out of, getting it out.
What does one do in New York with a live Christmas tree? Like, where do you dispose of that?
No idea what the right way to do this, but we just put it on the side of the street. And he came back at like 10:40, and I was like, were we the first tree out there? And he was like, absolutely.
People are still unwrapping presents, and that tree is out of here.
I know. I can't tell you how happy we were.
So funny.
But then, so then it was like,
I mean, I'm not one to talk. We were, 36 hours behind you, but.
But then we felt like we gained so much square feet.
Yeah.
But then also that was that letdown. And everybody talks about how hard the week is between Christmas and New Year's if you're not traveling. But because we took that down so quickly and then we weren't leaving for Indiana till the 30th, literally on the 27th, we were like, we're not going to make it. We are not going to make it. But Now we're in Indiana.
But you made it. You're here. It's the last day of your trip.
It's the best. Mark my words. We have to do something between Christmas and New Year's every year. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but like making sure we come to Indiana.
Yeah.
Even just like going on a quick road trip. Even for like Isla's little bestie also didn't have any plans. They just went to Great Wolf Lodge for 3 nights.
Oh,
and like
fun.
Yeah, like is that the most fancy fun thing? But are the kids gonna swim in the water park for 2 days? And like just the week between this is a real tough one.
I know.
It's really hard. So
and we did the most non-family thing.
Oh my gosh.
Which was take the leap and go to the Rose Bowl.
I'm so jealous of that.
And it was...
What a time to be alive if you're a Hoosier. This might become a Hoosier spin-off podcast.
This podcast is now exclusively related to IU football.
Yeah.
That's it. Not even just IU broadly. It's just IU football. That's all. We're gonna become commentators
until January 19th. This is an IU football. Gosh, it's the most fun.
It's the most fun time ever to be a Hoosier.
I can't get enough of it. I think I've said this on the podcast before about wearing my hat now.
So good.
People are like recognizing you everywhere. It's even landing here. I texted you and I was like, every single person in this airport is a Hoosier fan going to the Rose Bowl.
I know.
It's so much fun.
It's so fun. It's so stinking fun.
And everybody you meet who's a Hoosier, I've learned in the different cities, will be like, you guys really like IU.
Yeah.
So now then add in, like we just like our college and then add in this football thing. It's just like too much.
It's too much. We're all over the top. We
used to only talk about being blonde and now we're just only going to talk about blonde is out.
Blonde is 2025, bringing that horse energy to IU football.
Oh so we
freaking in.
The first half of the podcast, we would lose all the non-blondes, and now we're losing all the
God, that was literally my favorite comment of all time. We literally lost people because they're like, this is all you talk about.
That was some feedback we were given, was we talk about being blonde too much. But if you know, you know.
And I'm not right now, and I'm missing it.
Yeah,
so we'll talk about it again in the spring when I get back to the good times.
Over.
So yeah, it was. I mean, such a once in a. Hopefully, it's not a once in a lifetime. I mean, hopefully, we're back there again next year.
But I think it's like once in a lifetime because this is the season of the comeback. And the fact Rose Bowl for one is just a bucket. Like for a lot of people, it's just a thing you go to. I grew up watching the Rose Bowl, but this is going to be the season. Who's just are good for football for the next 15 years. This is going to be the season people talk about. It's too much.
And it was supposed to pour down rain, so it's like we had ponchos, and then literally it didn't rain a drop during the game, and by the end there were literally blue skies. It was just silly.
I'm so happy you did.
It was so fun.
I am so happy you did.
So yeah, so just stay tuned for the next few weeks because minimally Sam
actually where I used to for
Kyle and Kevin are all going to the next game, hoping I can figure out a way to make it there.
Yeah. We release this on Tuesday.
And then the Natty. Quickly to follow if things go the right way. But I've had multiple people text that listen to this podcast, congratulations about the game as if I played in it. I mean, and I'm grateful. I'm like, I will take that congratulations because it feels deeply personal. We're together, which is just a treat. It's so fun. All the children are together. It's 4:30. They're already bathed.
Yeah.
They're watching a movie and the dads are thrilled. So
I wish this was the way we podcasted every time.
That'd be fun.
We were just always together.
Yeah, well, if you ever decide to move here, build your podcast studio in your house or the build out we were talking about, that could be that could be interesting about the garage.
You would do the golf simulator that Kyle would never use. I'll do the podcast studio also that I would never use.
Oh my gosh. So we're together, which is so fun. So we were talking about what are we thinking about for 2026, this year of the horse? And now that's like
that's all you're going to think about. You are riding until dawn.
I'm riding till dawn on the horse, but mainly because it feels very ironic because I didn't tell you this over Christmas. Kevin and I were talking with my dad, who does a lot of management coaching, leadership coaching, training, everything, and a lot of coaching on purpose and whatnot. And we were just talking about a lot of hopes, dreams that Kevin and I have in the coming year. And I was like, I don't know, Dad. I was like, I just feel this like wild, like energy right now that I I feel like I always have had drive for sure.
Yes.
But like right now it feels a little unhinged.
Yes,
Like,
that's how I feel. It's wild.
and it's interesting because that ChatGPT response talked about like driving forward, like moving forward. And my dad's exact quote was like, you and your brother have always had this innate desire to like press forward. And you've like always really like leaned into that. And so I've been like thinking about pressing forward as being kind of my like mantra for the year.
I like that.
And now it just feels confirmed because I got the horse behind me.
I mean, that horse is doing more than pressing forward. That horse is sprinting.
Yeah. So I told Sam when we were just at a wild, likely flu-ridden indoor park where our kids were just running wild, albeit 1 hour ago, that the prompt I think for this podcast was like, okay, what are hopes and dreams and visions for 2026? I know that can feel a little bit dull and everyone talks about that, but I thought about it from the context of like, okay, personally, what are we thinking for ourselves? Like what's a big goal or a big vision? From like a motherhood perspective, like what do we want out of ourselves as a mom, or what do we like hope for our kids? And then 3, obviously, like for the podcast. And we chatted for the 3 of you that were able to listen to the last podcast when we talked about what we were going to talk about in this podcast. We did mention just even like putting out into the ether, like what guests do we want on here? Not just for our own gratification, but for the sake of the people that listen to this. So I don't even know if I've like fully formulated all of these. So some of these might be a little bit winging it.
This might be
live thoughts.
Real well, I think it's interesting because I don't think I've ever really thought of a mom goal, truly ever. No. And I'm 7 years in.
Well, that's what made me think of it, because I think I feel like I was being very reflective on my flight home yesterday, thinking about this podcast, thinking about 2026, having 5 hours on a flight where I'm just sitting there and no one needs me at all for anything. And that was just one that I'm like, I feel like I don't think about enough, where it just kind of gets swept into like the everyday.
Yeah, what's hard for me is I'm not a big resolution person.
I'm not either.
But Kyle and I do actively write down. We actually did them on our drive down to here. We actively write 5 goals down.
Yeah.
We don't always make them.
Yep.
But some of them are as small as like way back in the day when I CrossFitted, it was get to pull a muscle up, and I got it. So I mean, like,
I don't even know what that means.
Okay. CrossFitters are muscle up. You know what that is. But like, I'm so
Caitlin knows.
Caitlin knows.
Yeah.
I don't like lofty goals.
Yeah.
I don't like unattainable.
Yeah. I don't either.
So I don't want to be like, I want to be more patient as
right.
a mom, because that just doesn't even sound worth my time talking about. And so that's what's really hard. Like, what would a really good mom goal be? I almost want to be like, can I take a rain check and think really good about this and bring it back if it's not coming to me? Because I think that's a really good question that I think we should think about. But I don't want it to just be like, be more patient or don't get as angry, because that's what I want to be.
Totally.
But I don't know how to like, I'm like, if I'm going to set a goal, like run the New York City Marathon, I'm going to try to like, I want to get that goal.
Yeah.
But I think that that's so interesting to think about because it's like so important.
Well, I can tell you mine.
Okay, great.
Because I think it's hard when you think about time management and where you're spending your time, but individual one-on-one time with each kid is really hard to come by.
Yeah.
I think especially in the context of like what free time you have is normally on the weekends.
Yep.
So like, how do you then say like, okay, I'm going to allocate a certain period of time for each child individually? But that is a goal minimally once a month to let each of them have individual time with either me or like Kev and I collectively. So even whether that's like they love going to Starbucks to get a cake pop.
Yeah. Something
is so that like I am individually taking Piper on a scooter ride and we're like going to get that. Or I'm taking Henry in the summer to the driving range for like an hour, just one-on-one.
And I think once a month is like such a good.
That still feels like it might be hard.
Right. But
but it feels attainable.
if you
Yeah.
prioritize it, that's a really good. The first thing that came to my mind, but I'm gonna, if I don't think it's good in a couple of days, I'm gonna rain check it. Is Isla has been such a reader, and
Yeah.
I'm like loving it, and it is making me want to read more. And I think everybody always has reading goals at the beginning
Yeah.
of the year, but Finley is starting to show a lot of interest, like
Yeah.
just like mimicking her. And when Kyle's brother was in town, I was like, it was bedtime or something. I was like, oh yeah, Ruby,
Yeah.
Uncle Ryan will read you a good night book. And Finley's playing and Isla's playing, and Uncle Ryan is literally reading like Peter Pan.
Right.
And he's just sitting on the couch reading, and then all of a sudden, Finley hears the book being read and goes and cuddles with
Yeah.
Uncle Ryan. Isla hears the book being read. They've read this book
Yeah.
100 times. And I got a really good book recently at the airport, and I always want more reading goals that I feel like I could maybe say I once a month, sometime on a Saturday and Sunday, now that Ruby's not napping, turn off the TV and read.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not going to say I'm going to read every day.
Right.
I'm not going to say, but like, I even told Kyle that because Isla doesn't want to read the last Harry Potter because we don't have the illustration book.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep saying to him, just, you could sit and read out loud to her.
Yeah,
Like kids
totally.
love. Because so that I could maybe do once a month, like write it down on a Saturday or Sunday when football is over, and we
Yeah.
just have like, because we don't do quiet time
Right.
really, but we don't have the TV on all the time. A
Right.
lot of times it's like, go play,
Right.
let me color, let me.
Right.
Why am I not saying like, everybody get a book, let's read?
Yeah.
And
I
even
think
if
that's
it's
great.
30 minutes,
Yeah.
I think that could be intentional.
I love that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. And I'm going to read more. And I want to see that. I want them to see me reading a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I love that.
If I don't like that in 24 hours, I'll report back in a week.
Let us know. The good news is we'll be back. As just a brief aside on the Harry Potter illustration, because we've just started those.
Yeah.
Not as many illustrations as you would think.
No.
So I feel like Kyle reading that out loud would not be that much of a deviation.
Mm-mm. But she would spend so much time just really looking.
Yeah.
And then read and then look. I don't know. It really helped.
I can't decide if Henry just hasn't quite gotten it yet.
Yeah, he might not be ready. It's a lot.
It is a lot, and we're reading it together every single night, and it's been so fun. But like the last night, Harry's looking in the mirror, and he's like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "That right there is Harry Potter, who we've read 178 pages about up to now." So if we don't know that that's the main character of this whole series with the lightning bolt and the glasses, that makes me feel like maybe we aren't.
We might want to table that. Yeah.
We might not be ready for these books yet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a really good goal, Luce.
All right.
That one.
I think I realized that with my kids, they love being together until they don't. And then they're just at each other's throats. And I think sometimes like there is such a good reset that comes from like spending time with other people. Like even when we were gone for these 2 days, we had like the entire village helping out, watching the kids. They were somewhere new every 6 hours, which was amazing. And thank you to our entire family for helping do that and allow us to go to the Rose Bowl. But they were even like happier to see us again.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had like a 48-hour break from us, and they were like,
100%.
Just different kids. So I think that would go a long way into like, I don't know.
And we're entering, and then we can be done. We're entering into like a really fun stage.
Yeah.
Well, we've been in it, but I mean, like you might want to have individual time with your 6-month-old or your 8-month-old, but like you literally said like Starbucks and the driving range. Like that is what's so fun about like when I would joke about on this podcast how I made Kyle go take all 3 to the movies. That is literally one of Kyle's favorite things to do.
Right.
And the girls love movies.
Right.
And so like that's such quality. They're going to remember growing up daddy's movie time because I don't like to go to the movies. But like there's only going to be, we're going to blink and they're not going to want to do stuff with us. I keep getting told
Oh my God. Oh, like literally Instagram keeps telling me that constantly. It's like, oh, in 10 years, you go from being your kid's favorite person to them
and
having all other favorite
Our
people.
podcast guest, Missy, literally said that. She was like, my teenager, it's like on her own time. And the quality is great, but it's not on my time anymore. And so that's a really good idea.
Oh, that's tragic to think about. Anyways, okay. Personal goal.
I know this is also really hard. I have so many, but I don't have them like tied in.
Do you have a specific one?
Well, because of the specific, we were talking about the shopping one. I think the shopping one could be really unique for me, even though it sounds so like, what's the word? Like superficial that I have a shopping goal, but it's more about like money, being good about my spending.
Yeah.
I saw somebody on TikTok do like instead of shopping this year, I only bought 12 things because I love no buy months, but I also found that my shopping habits can be like all over the place.
Yeah.
Like sporadic. Like I won't shop for like 3 months or not 3 weeks. And then I'm like, I have no clothes. I need 40 pairs of jeans. And so she basically just like saved all of her money at the end of the month and just bought one really quality piece. Like, but that sounds kind of superficial, but I think there's more to that because it's like self-control. It's being good with the money. But I wish I had more. Like even Kyle in the car was like, do you have any fitness goals? Because that's normally like such a big goal of mine. And coming off of the marathon high, like I'm just still so proud of
it's
myself.
like, how do you?
I don't have, like, I'm kind of enjoying not really having a big, I might do a couple halves. I don't have a career.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of, like, amazing hopes and dreams for this podcast. But yeah, but that's actually the vibe of 2026 that I'm so excited for.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're not house hunting. I'm not planning for something. I don't have to have this, like, stress of planning for something.
Yep.
So I feel like the spending money is very relevant, especially after the holidays.
That's great.
I'm, like, so
I love that.
exhausted from spending money. And again, I really like tangible things.
Yeah.
The other more like lofty. I keep saying the word lofty. I'm trying to not. What's the word I'm looking for? Non-tangible.
Intangible.
Yeah. Is I'm very into this like idea of this is more like deep about my own personal. I'm learning through therapy that I have really bad negative. I always know I'm a tough critic, but I've learned that I have a very negative baseline of self-talk. And we just started to unbreak this, and it felt very powerful to be like, just totally flip the switch of being more positive. But again, that doesn't feel attainable, but it just feels like very exciting to explore.
Yeah.
So the goal would be to continue every 3 weeks, go to therapy, because I think that could be like so impactful for my positive versus negative, because I feel like 2026 is such a positive energy already, and it's only day 3.
Yep.
So that feels good if I can maintain the therapy. I just don't want to like have something silly like be more positive.
Right.
Like that just sounds like I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like the 12 no buy.
Yeah.
But one thing a year or one thing a month is really cool for me to explore, because I am not that way. So that would and then maybe just stick with therapy. I feel like those are
I love that. Those are very tangible.
Okay.
And easy to measure, which makes it a smart.
That's what I need. Yeah.
Makes it a smart goal, everyone.
Are they still teaching it that way, you think?
They're not, but it's everything is like a different.
Yeah, what is it now?
It's the same thing in different sheep's clothing or whatever. Okay. That's the second time that's come up today. I haven't used it the right way. Sheep's clothing has come up twice today. I've used it incorrectly both times. And
when you said that earlier.
When I said it earlier, my husband looked at me as if he's like, I don't have any idea what she's talking about. Like,
and
absolutely.
I just nodded like I did, but we both were like, I can't think of a single idea.
He's like, I can't think of one thing she could be talking about right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's great to have your husband and your best friend keeping you just so humble. It's really nice.
Yeah. But you're personal.
I too have a lot, and some of them are like, I would say like actually personal, and I want to like, you know, till they come to fruition, you got to keep some of them under wraps.
Right. Yeah. Agree. I feel like I have a lot up there, but
yeah. But I'm like the opposite of you.
Oh.
Where I actually have fitness goals this year.
Oh my God.
Which is exciting for me because I feel like I haven't
haven't really had anything on your radar.
So I think I'm going to do my first half marathon in like 10 years. I think I'm going to do it again. I'm just feeling the itch.
Oh my God.
Feeling the itch to do it again. I like sort of had the itch last year, and then we went to Paris instead, which was totally worth it. But yeah, I'm feeling that. And then as a fast follow, I haven't fully decided yet, but I'm thinking about doing a longer triathlon.
Oh yeah, that would be so fun. You should.
So that feels like 2 really big goals,
for you.
But I'm also like really excited about them. I'm just ready to like kind of push myself a little bit more in that capacity, because I feel like I've kind of prioritized pushing myself in a lot of other capacities over the last few years. And ever since having kids, I just haven't really like, I've been very fit, and I've like, that's always been a priority, but it hasn't been like doing something or achieving something again hasn't been it. So
I feel like it's not niche, but it feels like I wish everybody would do something like that.
Yeah.
Because the way you feel after you've pushed yourself hard and accomplished it, it's so personally satisfying in a way that like is hard to describe, whether it's a half marathon
Yeah.
for somebody, a marathon. Like, you are the only one pushing yourself to do it. You have to do so much work to get it done. Like,
Yeah.
people were more shocked, not at the mileage that I was running, was that I was doing it with my 3 kids.
Yeah.
And they're going to say that you
Yeah.
do this, and you still were able to train for half marathon. Like, I just wish everybody would
Yeah.
do something like that.
I do think, like, to an extent, it helps you. Prioritization isn't really like the right word, but it's like it really helps you force rank how you're going to spend your time. Where it's
100%.
like even things as silly as like, okay, if I have to run an hour on the weekend, I also need to film a podcast with Sam, and spending time with my kids on the weekend is like my number one priority.
100%.
That probably means I'm not scrolling Instagram
No.
for 30 minutes mindlessly, or I'm not,
Mhm.
you know, like insert any number of things that you can
100%.
do to waste time. So I don't know. I think that's it.
So
But I think
excited
putting
for
it out
that.
there feels like it's kind of like when I said I was going to do that triathlon.
And you did
And
it.
then I did it because now we are truly held accountable by other people listening. So,
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're going to do that, and then the following year we're going to do one together again.
oh,
We've
I
never
would love
done a
that.
half
We've
together.
never done a half together, which feels crazy. I think for a long time I was intimidated because you were so much faster than me, but you're not. I've gotten faster.
And
So
also,
I'm less scared of that now.
but I also, every half I've ever done with people, what I love is like we start at the start finish, but we
Yeah.
don't run together.
Right.
But it's that fun, like train together, even if
Yeah.
we're not living the same. Like, did you run a long run today? What's your training schedule? How did you do?
Right.
But like, I've never actually like side by
Run.
side ran with
Yeah.
another person in a race. I've done lots of training runs
Yeah.
together, but that's hard to do because there are times when you have a really good race, you have a
Yeah.
bad race. I don't want to worry about
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
on my race day, and you probably don't want to worry about me on your
Well,
race day.
We'll see. I might just tie you to my hip and then we'll see what happens.
Oh, this is
so some
good.
fun goals. So that leaves like our final one,
Oh my gosh.
which is this podcast.
This little baby.
This little baby that we've birthed and we're trying to grow, and it's in diapers right now. And
Yeah, I think it's like toddler face.
is it toddler phase? I don't know. I still kind of feel like it's in diapers, but
It's a baby.
it's a baby.
Oh my god.
But it's in toddler phase. We have some really exciting guests
We do.
coming on,
We do.
which I'm so excited about.
We really do.
But I feel like I think it's silly to put like an arbitrary number to like how many people I want listening to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's really that helpful for other people. I think it's more so like the types of people that I
Mhm.
want on. And it's a range. Like, I think it's like everyone from, I mean, these are some people we've already messaged, but we're still going to keep messaging you until you can come on.
Yeah.
It's everyone from like Dr. Becky, which I think everyone would die to hear from because she's so wise.
Mm-hmm.
You have Emily Oster on your list.
Emily Oster is my number one, 100%.
I have Olivia Culpo on the list because
Oh.
she's just so stinking cute. She's a new mom.
We need a new
She's
mom.
being real about it. I do feel like we need a new mom because I think that you forget very quickly how hard it is in the beginning trenches.
Yeah, you forget when
You
you're,
forget.
because just being with my sister, who I know is listening, I love dearly. She's technically has a new baby, so she has 2, but she's still like experiencing a 2-year-old for the first
Yeah.
time, and she's asking me questions, and I kind of want to be like, it's gonna be fine, but you cannot know
No.
that.
You
I
can't
can
know that,
only-
and you can't really say that.
Right. But you
Yeah.
can't, and like, but I can only say that in my heart because I have a 7-year-old now. I don't have a 2-year-old anymore. But yeah,
Yeah.
I also would love a new mom too, in the sense of like so much like baby stuff is like cars and technology. Like the things that you have for babies
Yeah.
now, like
It's
the
wild.
pumps, the cameras, the like,
It's really
it's
wild.
crazy. That's a good one.
I will say though, some things have maintained their value. We just resold a couple of things because Piper's
really?
like growing out of her, she's in her big girl room
Yeah.
now. The things that some of the Pottery Barn stuff are going for, I'm like, wow,
That's amazing.
yeah, I'm grateful for it. But anyways,
A twin mom would be fun.
a twin mom would be really fun. There's some more like, I think one of my favorite conversations that we had this last year was with our doctor,
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Friend. And I think a lot of people loved it too because we were able to get, I just want her on again because I
Yeah.
feel like we have a ton more questions.
So Sarah, text me.
Sarah, we need you on again.
Yep.
But I think like some additional medical practitioners or researchers around sleep, considering
Yep.
this podcast is literally called We'll Sleep When We're Dead. I think whether it's around kid sleep, like the number of people I still see that are like, well, my kid woke up at 4 a.m. today.
Mhm.
My kid woke up at 5:30. Like it's just a universally felt
Mhm.
e-
Why
experience.
do my kids not sleep on
Why do they not
vacation?
sleep? Well, when is it bad? My kid has bags under his eyes every single day. Like,
Yeah.
is he chronically tired? Do I need to do something about it? Is it anxiety? Like, there's a lot of questions around
Why
that.
don't they fall asleep after they wake up at 5 a.m.?
Child psychology, like you and I mean, I would
1,000.
love to have a child psychologist on that can help unpack some of the questions we have around like my child behaves this way. Is this normal?
Yeah.
Should I be worried? When should I make it a big deal?
I would love to have series. Like if we could get Sarah on and commit to like 4 episodes a year.
Yeah.
Where then, because what happens is even with all of our guests, even my friends, I'm like, I want more from you.
Right.
So even if we had Sarah on one more time, I still think I would end up being like, I
Yeah.
want more. But if we could commit to like 4 psychologists, that would give us 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then we could have it throughout the year. Like a little series would
I
be
love that.
And like a fitness person
I really want a fitness. Like I
Yeah.
want someone that can help just because we're so into it. I think would be really great.
I have a runner on Instagram is pretty. She's amazing. And I would love for her to be on.
I would love to ask questions about like fueling and all of that. And then the other last one that I really want is it's not a name yet, but if anyone has an amazing pediatrician that we can pepper, I think when I think about kids being sick, the number of times I literally just call the nurse hotline to have someone just tell me like, yeah, as long as that doesn't continue for 4 more days, they're fine. Like, I think it would be really interesting to get into like fevers and flu, like when things should concern you, when they shouldn't, what's normal. Like, I think we could have a million.
Love a pediatrician idea.
Yeah.
Or like even I think it'd be just for fun to have like an ER doctor.
Yes, the craziest.
And just talk. I love the TikToks that was like, I'm an ER doctor. And these are the 5 things I would never let my kid do.
Yes.
Trampolines. And I'm like, trampolines are my favorite things growing up.
Yes.
And these
bounce house. They're always like bounce house. And I'm like, the one that's on downstairs right now with 5
all of our
children in them. That's a question.
Okay, so here's my question to you.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to expand? And this is live. I've never asked Lucy this, and I've never even thought about this. Would you be willing to expand our guest if that person was not a mom?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
I think that has become something I've thought about a lot where I'm like, we're looking for practical advice for moms. I don't think it has to necessarily be
because I actually know an ER doctor who could be amazing. And he's a dad of 4 kids.
Great.
So he can still relate. But
I mean, I've gotten feedback from people. The fact that we've not featured any dads on this podcast is actually a little criminal.
I was actually trying to save it. I think it'd be really fun to have our first dad on Father's Day, but that was my idea.
Are they going to be our children's dads? As if there's many of them, meaning our husbands or our fathers. Probably our husbands.
Could you imagine our dads?
Oh. Yeah, we'll loop back on that.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun for them to be on here. Oh
so, anyways, but all to say, there's a lot of content coming.
Yes, I love expanding. I love expanding to non-moms if they're still talking about mom-related things, and I actually think we should talk to dads. But I still love like the core celebrating moms' journeys. I find it so fun listening.
Oh, I can't get enough of asking people about
they do it. And we're doing it, but I'm still incredibly interested of like, how does that one figure out how to buy groceries and be a mom? Like even though I'm literally doing it, I don't.
My prep question list for the guest that we have next week is so long. I'm afraid that I'm going to dominate the conversation.
I would love that. I mean, it would be right for you to dominate that one. But yeah, I just am so excited. I think it could be. Yeah. It will be great. So here's my last question for you. All right. Really quickly. Do you believe in manifesting?
I can't figure out.
I didn't know if you would.
I can't figure out how I feel about it.
Okay.
Why? Do I need to?
Well, no, because it's
Year of the horse. I could get into anything.
It's so woo-woo right now, and everyone's like, they're vision boards and they're manifesting. And
I just feel like it equates to like, if you don't have a vision or a goal, what are you marching towards?
Yeah, but I don't believe in it so much that I'm going to be like, I'm going to say right now, Emily Oster's on the podcast, and then I'm going to do nothing, and then she's magically going to be on the podcast.
No, that's not going to happen. We also like fully understand the value of hard work.
Yeah, but I do believe in like speaking a lot of it into the existence.
Which is why we're even saying it.
Right.
Because I am one for like being pretty closely guarded.
Yeah.
As you know.
Yes. And I am not, as you
And
know.
so I think even to the extent that we've said some of these names out loud, I'm hoping like gets us.
But you were so right last week, that podcast that nobody listened to.
Guys, we know the analytics were atrocious, and I screenshotted them and sent them to Sam and said that didn't work. So now we know we're never going to do that again.
You need to have fails to learn. You're so right. Somebody of somebody knows somebody.
Yeah.
And we know that somebody. Like, it's so true. And that's where I believe in the manifesting in the sense of like speaking it.
There were two that I didn't even name just now because I know for a fact I know people that know them. So now I'm like, I'm not going to say them out loud. I'm just going to.
You're so well connected. I have a couple that I didn't name because I'm just embarrassed, but I have a laundry list. Laundry.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Well,
this was so fun.
So fun.
Maybe I need to like fly to Indiana once every 2-3 months so we can do this.
I love this idea. Well, I'll be in New York in February, so we can do it live then.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, we're excited. It's going to be a great year of the horse.
I hope everybody else is feeling it.
I hope so too. Let us know.
Yeah,
let us know if the energy is here, because I think that it is.
When we post these on our socials, I want people to respond because I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am too.
Thank you for doing this. Bye.